Hi, this is Jamie Magrich. I'm in my craft room today. I want to show you how I made some holly leaves using a punch. Scroll down. These are the ones that I've done so far, and all I've used is just scraps of paper and circle punches. So I'm going to show you on this big one first. And you also are going to need a piece of Post-it note and a pen or pencil. Let's get some of these out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. First thing I did, I just cut a rectangle. Doesn't really matter what size it is. And I marked the center on the two short ends. Just a little tick mark just so you can see it when you're getting ready to punch. Then on the long ends I measured in just a little bit. This one, it's probably about a ½ inch. The smaller ones, it's a ½ inch or so. It's like not really thirds, just and we might not even necessarily go by those ones. We're going to go by these, but it just kind of helps you figure out where you need to put the punch. Okay, can you see the little marks in there? Okay, I'm going to show you on the big one so you can actually maybe see what I'm doing. We're going to put it inside the punch, and the little tick mark on the short end we want to make sure is inside the punch. So we're going to line it up so that's just inside the punch, line it up on this side so the side tick mark is inside the punch. We're going to punch. And we're going to do the other opposite corner. Same thing. Now you want to make sure that you get this point here inside the punch so you don't end up with a square flat edge there. So you put that inside and get the other corner or other tick mark and punch. Then we're going to do the opposite side. Same thing. We're going to line up so that center tick mark on the short side is inside the punch, and the other tick mark we made possibly inside the punch, and then the other corner. And then we're going to do, that's what we have so far, and then we're going to do this one here. We're just going to make sure that both of these are inside the punch. Punch, turn it around, do the opposite side. Now this one I don't need a Post-it note for, but if it was smaller, at this point you would adhere it to the Post-it note so you had something to hang on to. And there's your leaf. Now you can take a stylus or pair of tweezers or something with a point on it and something with a little cush and just draw a line from one of the points to the other, and we have a holly leaf. And you can do it with the smaller ones too. I'll show you on this one. This particular one is 1 inch by 1 1/4 inches, and this is, I measured it a 3/4 inch punch. I thought it was a ½ inch. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to make our tick marks in the center of the short side, about a 1/4 inch from the corner on the long sides. And again, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on this small one. You're going to line up the little, it would help if I was in the camera, line up the little tick marks and punch. Turn it, line up the little tick marks right up with the edge of the punch and punch. Do the other end, line up the little tick marks. Now I'm going to punch this off so I can show you what happens when you don't get it in. See how it's a little squared there? You just put it back in and just add a little bit more punch. And then it fixes it. Okay, then we're going to do this side, the edges. I can do one side without the post-it note. Make sure both of them are in there. But the other side you need a post-it note for because you can't hang on to it. Just stick it on your post-it note. Slide it in. Get both of those corners inside the punch. And punch. And there we go. We have a holly leaf. If it's a little too wonky, stick it back in. Make it smaller. There you go. So it's very forgiving. You can even do it with the little punch. This one is kind of dull though, so it doesn't make a very good punch, but I tried it. It does make a holly leaves. It just tears it a little bit, so I made the bigger ones. Well, thank you very much for joining me in my craft room, and have a great rest of your day.